Well, yeah. First of all, this is not a great matchup. I'm sure you're aware
Mm.
of this, given your master tier Void Spirit.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
what's your plan for dealing with this?
My plan was to take my E for getting the ranged creep, and then level 2 to take W to try and dodge the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, but I choked, and I think I skilled Q just out of habit at level 2.
Hmm.
We'll see. I think, um, and then yeah, just try and survive. But you'll see that I get destroyed somehow.
I mean, it is pretty hard to dodge dagger with dissimilate, because dissimilate does
Mm.
have a cast point. Um, so I don't blame you if you don't succeed at that. But we'll
Yeah,
see what
I think
happens.
I think he learned what I was going to
Oh,
do.
nice. Very nice. I think in these kinds of lanes, it is just kind of you just kind of need to survive. That's like nice, nice, nice. Does this guy even have daggers skilled? He hasn't skilled anything yet. I mean, the nice thing about Void Spirit, right, is that you have this really nice attack animation.
Mm.
So if he takes dagger here like he has, he might get level 2. But you end up you're going to get all 4 CS on the first wave, so I think that's quite nice. I'd be happy with that.
Oh, I thought I missed the ranged creep there,
Hey, you
but
got it.
I see I got it.
Well, you didn't get the last hit, I don't think, but he didn't deny it, so.
Mm.
Nice. Yeah, so it's pretty good first couple waves. Obviously, when he gets level 3, things are going to get hard. But so
Yeah.
far, I think things are good. Um,
Okay.
are you sure? Are you familiar with the concept of creep equilibrium?
Uh, I probably do. Why don't you tell me in case I get it? I don't know it
Yeah, so
properly.
equilibrium is just the position around which the creeps stop to fight each other. So like right
Mm.
now, the creep equilibrium is just like right here. Um, and it's important because, well, I mean, the closer the creeps are to your tower, the safer you are, and
Mm.
the scarier it is for the enemy. Um,
Yeah.
but also there's some other interesting things with creep equilibrium. So, for example, pushing the wave into their tower, um, can be really nice because it will cause the wave to come back into yours. So that's like something to
Yeah.
keep in mind. That's like what just happened here, so he pushed it in. And right now the creeps are on your high ground, which is usually pretty nice. Um,
Mm.
anyways, creep equilibrium is a very important. It's another tool that you can use when you're thinking about like how I can win a lane, or in this case, not lose a lane. Um,
Yeah.
so, for example, when you're playing against Queen of Pain, do you have an idea about like where you would want the creep equilibrium to be?
I would want it far back. Although, is it good to kind of yo-yo it against her because then she
Yeah,
can't harass me?
I would say yeah. I think that yeah. What yo-yoing is a good term for it. I call it rubber banding, but yeah, I
Rubber
think
banding. Yeah.
I think against Quap you do just want it to bounce back and forth, because even if it is on your high ground, she's still just going to dagger you. Like the only time
Yeah.
that she's not going to be able to actually harass you is if she is actually under tower. Um, and another nice thing about yo-yoing it, as you call it, is
Mm.
it can open up the opportunity to actually like get good trades against her. It's almost like the only time past level 3 that you will get a good trade against her is if you have
Mm.
the creep advantage. So damn, she's even faking you out.
Yeah.
And so like the way that would work is if the creep wave goes under your tower, the tower pushes it back into her, and then that would be a situation where you have an opportunity to trade because you have like a bunch of creeps that can that would like right here. So that's good. I like that you're trading with her here because she has these two creeps. So that's good. But like that's the basic idea. And so
Okay.
like in this situation, I think you're doing quite well so far. But like I would like to
Really?
see you. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a co-op matchup. It kind of sucks.
Hmm.
But like this. I would like to see you just basically kind of take more initiative on that front. Like right here, like
Yeah.
that's good. Like push, like whenever it's not yo-yoing, you just push it like you did there, which is good.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. I mean, you know, once you get level 6, like, I think you're pretty happy. So as long as you don't die here, I think we'll be happy.
This game, I just felt stressed, you know? Like, I feel like I'm not CSing well, I'm not using my spells well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just. And I think it's like, it's playing with my brother who's higher MMR.
Mm.
It's like, it's like pushing me out of my comfort zone because I'm like Archon 1 and this is Legend 5 or something like that. Yeah.
I think this is good. Yeah, you go 50-50 on the runes. Unfortunate. You're a terrible player. You
Yeah.
just got outplayed. Um, so what is your thinking now? What's your game plan now? Because I mean, do you really want to sit in lane against Quap?
No, but I didn't get the rune, right? So I'm
Yeah.
I'm low resources and I don't have boots. Like, would I run back to base and then TP? I think I do go top
Yeah.
eventually, but it didn't feel like. I think if I got the rune, I'd maybe try and rotate. But again, would I rotate without boots?
Well,
Probably not,
I
right?
think that's a good point. I think probably without boots, you don't really want to ever rotate without boots just because getting back takes so damn long.
Yeah.
So maybe like honestly like I don't even buy raindrops against Quap because once she gets level 4 dagger, uh like one dagger will consume an entire stack of raindrops, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh, so it lit. Yeah.
each proc will deal enough damage to proc the raindrops.
Oh, right. Okay. So
So
this
I
is
mean,
terrible. But
yeah. So it's fine, but yeah. So I would get like, my thinking is that like in this kind of lane, I'm just like trying to get out of here as fast as possible, and so like I probably wouldn't even buy a bracer here. I would just be like, I'm just getting boots, bottle, and a wand, and then once I get level 6, I'll try to get the rune, and otherwise I'm just getting the fuck out of here because like there's nothing that you can do here at this point. And
yes.
even if your rotations aren't that efficient, it's gonna be more efficient than like sitting in lane against this guy.
Hmm. So do you
Um,
think I should have just left before this then?
yeah, for sure. Oh, nice. Okay, that was good. Almost. That was good though.
It's, you see, that player, he's putting sentries everywhere as well.
Yeah.
It's like we've got this battle going on to try and ward, and I feel like he was just winning it.
Oh, he's a good player. He probably understands that you basically just want to get out of this lane, and your way to get out is the runes. And I respect that you went for a solo kill on him, but I'm not surprised that it didn't succeed. But like I just want to get into a different lane right as I get level 6. This would probably even be like a good earn game for that reason. Like I would probably not maybe wand is probably good, but I just want to get like boots earned, you know, and then just like run between lanes over and over and over again. That's like what I do when I'm playing Invoker against like these annoying matchups like Queen of Pain. I'm just like once I get boots earned, I'm just gone. Like I only come mid to like clear the wave once in a while. Otherwise I don't play the lane.
That's really interesting. I think because I didn't get the runes. Yeah, so that's
That's
a
fair.
disaster,
I mean,
right?
runes are really important, but like this would be a situation where I think you just have to leave even if there aren't any runes, because like I respect that you haven't that was the first time that you died, but like you were going to every like the longer you stay there, like yeah, there you go, you just fucking killed that guy. Like it's shaman like what's his name, Sven. Like they do have kill potential. But if you just sit mid, you're going to eventually die. That's just how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I think that like I maybe under rotate on mid. Um, it's just been my experience of like I rotate and the enemy mid doesn't rotate, and if my gank fails, they've just been farming the whole time and I haven't.
Yeah.
So I think it's like my general philosophy. See, I don't manage to connect on this, and this kind of stressed me out as well.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't mean to be mean, but that's, I mean, just like in the same way, like if you're both farming mid, right? It takes skill to farm into an enemy mid laner, right? Like there's a way to do that well, and there's a way to do that poorly. In the same way, like it takes skill to make good rotations, like to play around vision, to know, like to think about, like what are good side lanes to rotate into, and like it is something that you just have to practice. You know, like how to approach stuff better. Like I mean, I played like my first like 500 games of mid were like just Invoker Arc Warden, and neither of those, I was playing Exord Invoker, and so like I didn't rotate into a side lane even if they were like screaming at me.
Yeah.
And so like it wasn't surprising that like whenever I didn't get anything done because I just wasn't good at it. I didn't practice it.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's something in the same way that like there are mechanics to like playing the lane, there are mechanics to like how to rotate well, like target priority and approaching from clever angles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it feels like I've had like 0 impact in this game, right?
Yeah.
It's like 15 minutes I've like done nothing, except die once, die twice.
Yeah, I think that would have been different if you rotated earlier, especially now that there are these portals. Like these portals are actually really nice because if your rotation in the bottom lane goes poorly, you can just portal top and try there, you know.
Yeah.
And I think like actually specifically Urn is really good for that reason because it gives you some mana regen and health restoration, so that you can do this without even necessarily stopping in mid for the runes. Even though you probably should still do that, but if you don't, it's not a big deal. By the way, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
So like with this ward battle, if the enemy mid is contesting your wards a lot, and you are like you are not favored in that, like, and what I mean by not favored is means like if you walk up to a D ward, she can just like blink on you and dagger, and then like you're super sad. So like basically she can use wards to condition trades by pulling you out of position to make a D ward. And if that's the case, I think it's fair to like just try dewarding once, but I don't think doing this ward battle is efficient for you because she's getting more money from the lane anyways.
Yeah.
And so I would recommend instead at some point just going for like a clever ward. Like, and I mean like a ward that gives you the bare minimum information that you need, but also is really hard to deward. So for example, in the mid, I think like this ward spot, because basically what you want to see support rotations and runes. And so like I think on either side, if you like ward like right here, this sentry won't see it, and you'll see the rune and support rotations from the safe lane. Or the same idea over here, like placing a ward right here, it won't be seen by a river sentry, and it will see the rune and support rotations. And so like she just won't deward that.
Okay.
Or
yeah,
if she
it
does,
definitely will.
yeah, she'll have to spend a lot more because those aren't the natural ward locations.
So, like, so you didn't think my laning was just a complete disaster? And I expected you to kind of just pull me apart on everything that I was doing in that.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think I probably wouldn't have leveled Dissimilate, but I'm also not a Void Spirit player, so like, I would just be like, I'm probably not dodging Dagger, and so I'm just gonna level the spells that were gonna help me rotate. Like, that's I think the main difference. Like that, I think that's the main significant difference between how I would have approached the lane and how you did. I think you were like this lane is gonna suck, and I'm just going to play it anyways. And I'm just like, I would have been like, this lane is gonna suck, and so I'm just gonna try to get the fuck out as soon as possible, and have input and impact otherwise. I mean elsewhere. And so like I would have just like solely focused. I wouldn't even tried to dodge dagger. I would have just gone 50-50 on every rune, which you did as well, sort of. And I would have just gone like 2-0-3 and just like tried to go like boots earn, no bracer, probably not even a wand. Maybe I would go a wand, but it kind of slows down your boots earn timing because you kind of want to get boots earn like right at level 6, I think. But I mean, the items don't matter as much as just like the idea of like I just want to get to the side lanes even if I can't get a rune.
Yeah. I just feel like I've had no impact whatsoever. You know.
Well,
and I think it was like, yeah.
Well, again, I think it's a significant reason you didn't have any impact is because you didn't rotate early enough. I don't think. I think you started rotating like your first rotation was like at like level 8 or something, and I think you probably should have just started rotating at level 6. Like as soon as you get 6, you just fucking leave.
Okay. I think I just don't rotate that much. I like only rotate if I've got a rune. I think. Otherwise, I just sit mid and farm.
Well, I think you're playing the wrong hero then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of matchups for Void Spirit in which he just gets fucked, and like his response to that is like is just leaving. I think like that's his thing. Yeah. It's like you can just leave. Nice dodge. Ah, there you go. And like again, even if you don't, I understand the anxiety about like, oh, what if I go to a lane and then like we don't kill anyone? Like the problem with that logic is that like you're not doing anything in the mid lane anyways, you know? Like anything is better than nothing.
Yeah.
You're just sitting mid getting daggered and like sometimes contesting a rune. You're not really getting anything. And so like sorry.
It's hard, right? Because if you don't get the rune, it feels like I've got no resources to rotate. So it's like, should I like go back to base, fill up my bottle, and then TP to a lane?
Yeah.
Or like, okay.
Yep.
Because you saw after I missed the 6-minute rune, I've got no mana, and I feel like right, so I've just got to sit here and farm then.
Yeah, no, I would just at that point I would just go base and TP somewhere. Yeah. I think that's just that's a symptom of the difference where like I just don't think that you realize how fucked that lane is.
Yeah. Yeah, well this is QoP, you know, pre-nerf as well. This was last patch.
And it's not even because QoP is strong right now. I mean that QoP is strong right now, but like even in a not like it's just one of the counter picks. Like people just pick QoP to counterpick Void Spirit in any patch, you know?
It's like there's not that many winning lanes for Void Spirit, right?
No. He's kind of like Puck, where like Void Spirit is just really strong at 6 and in the mid game and the late game. Like the hero is just like good. Like the hero is just a conceptually strong hero. And so like you kind of just pick him whenever he's not gonna get fucked, you know? And like as long as he doesn't completely get dumpstered in the lane, like even here I think he was fine. But like imagine this game, but instead of like a QoP, it's just like, I don't know, Ember or something, you know? Like you can just then it's a free game. Like Ember doesn't contest you. And then, like, you also get to have your timings, and he's not going to dagger you over and over again. Then, like, actually sitting mid and farming is an option.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to experiment with this, like, more rotating, and I think I just tend to play it safe and sit mid and farm, and wait for my supports to initiate something, or only rotate if I've got a rune.
Yeah, and I mean, trust me, I get it. Like again, I play a lot of like sit mid and farm heroes,
Yeah.
So I get it, but I think like one of the things that I've done in the past 2 years that have like elevated me from like divine to immortal has been like actually being more active on the map, like actually making aggressive plays, and just like walking like. And to be fair, like, you know, it's not actually that much of a commitment to like just walk to a side lane. Like nowadays you have boots, like the time it takes to walk from here to like here is not that long. It's like maybe you miss like one wave, you know? And like there's a lot of times
Yeah.
where I'll just like walk here, if they're like, if the lane's like over here, I'm like, ah, there's not a kill, I'll just walk back. But you just like, I'll just like walk down, and then if it looks good, I'll go, and if it doesn't, then I'll just chill.
Okay.
Like you don't even have to like be like, I'm walking bottom and I'm using all of my spells. Like you can kind of just chill too. If it doesn't look
Yeah.
good.
And so what about the items then? Do you think I should have gone vessel?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you have to go full vessel. I think just like an urn. Like the urn is just for like the early fights. Like just the fact that you're going to be, like you just want something now that helps you now in like fight in the side lanes. That's why I was thinking urn. It wasn't because like vessel is good or anything. I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I guess vessel is pretty good here. Into axe and these two heroes is pretty good. But yeah, I think urn is good. I don't really play a lot of Void Spirit, so like honestly, I don't really understand how itemization on this hero works. It seems like you kind of just like build stat items and then magically start hitting for like 500 damage.
Yeah.
So like people
It's
will just
like
build
definitely-
like Tread's Manta and then like now they're a god. It's like I don't really understand.
Yeah.
But
It's like he definitely feels like he scales a lot worse since the universal changes.
Yeah.
It's like noticeable, but it feels. I mean, obviously I'm Archon, so I'm not super good, but it feels like Ags is the big thing that's good about him. It's the double AOE silence. It's like that. So that's why I've started just going it first. I noticed on Pro Tracker people are building it first.
yeah, it definitely is looking good this game. I mean, I sort of think of Void Spirit. I think there's like, I think a lot of people didn't really understand what made Universal Heroes so strong, and what still makes Universal Heroes so strong. Like, I think what makes them really powerful is not the fact that like it used to be the fact that like if you build a Scotty, you're dealing more damage than if like a Phantom Lancer built Butterfly. Like that was just when they were broken. It's just like, oh, Universal. The funny thing about Universal Heroes is that they just deal a shit ton of damage. But like I don't think that was ever like the conceptual reason why they were good. I think the reason Universal Heroes are so good is because if you think about like there are strength items like Satanic Heart, Sange, like these items, like these are like strength items, and they gives you health, they prevent you from getting bursted and stuff. And then you have the agility items, and like these make you attack really fast and have a lot of mobility. And then like I think if you think about like then there's like these other attribute items which are like the universal items, which are like Lincoln, Scotty, Manta, that kind of stuff, Echo Saber. And like basically they're all defensive items. Like they're all items like Hurricane Pike. They're all items that like normal heroes buy them. Like they buy them for survivability reasons, and then it's like but it makes me deal a little bit more damage. Like for agility heroes, a Hurricane Pike makes you deal, I can't see it because of this fucking replay thing, 20 more damage. Like it's okay. It's not like a heart or anything, but it's fine. But like for universal heroes, defensive items actually give them the same amount of damage as like a butterfly would for a carry. And so like basically I think the strongest way to think about universal heroes are like heroes that can just buy a shit ton of defensive items and then just like still deal a ton of damage. And so like on Void Spirit, I think like the idea of like buying Manta, Lincoln, Scotty and be like, man, bro, this guy is like unkillable. He has like a dispel, he has a spell block, and he has like 1,000,000 health, and he also hits for 300 damage. If like a Terrorblade, well, okay, Terrorblade doesn't count because he has like 5.0 agility gain. But like, if I don't know, Jug bought those items, you wouldn't really care about his Omni Slash because he hits for like 100 damage.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think this game is over, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so like what, like when you see my gameplay, like do you think you would tell that this is like an Archon player? And like what's the path to like, you know, being a like an ancient Void Spirit player, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard
it
to
like
say
mechanics?
off of a single game, but I think your spell casting is good. I think whether you are being intentional about it or not, I think like pre level 6, I think your priority, like I think a lot of people when they're playing hard matchups on their heroes, like they either just get really scared and they just make sure they don't die, or they just play normally and then just die, you know? But I think like better players, like for example Void Spirit, like you can be like, oh, you know, I'm playing against Quap, this is going to be a pain in the ass, and so like I'm just going to focus on farming because that's all I can, like I'm just going to focus on getting level 6, which is something that I think you did well here. I think, well, I don't know if you were focusing on getting level 6, but I think focusing on just CSing was good, rather than like just playing normally and trading. And you set up good trades, but I think like the main problem was like that you weren't really actually playing off of your timing, and I don't think that you were thinking about the fact that you just needed to lose mid at 6, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was like not getting those runes, you know.
But I don't think you need to get the runes. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think the runes are really good, but I also don't. I think that you can just, like, I think you didn't realize that, like, whether or not you get the rune, like, yes, you should prioritize getting the rune, but if you don't get the rune, you just still have to leave. Like, you just still have to get out of there and try anyways.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're sitting mid, like he has almost 1K more net worth than you, you know? Like this is just not, you can't do this.
Yeah.
You're just not getting any money from this lane. Even if you go again, even if you go bot and you fail the rotation, you're still applying pressure, you know? Maybe you even force him to TP. Like you go bot, you force some TPs and then you get to TP back mid or something. Like there's just, you have to like do other stuff than like sit into this guy whose dagger does like 800 damage.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the main reason this game felt so hard. I mean, aside from the fact that this is a really hard matchup, but like I think that you could have dealt with it better once you got 6.
Okay. So what would you say like the process is of like improving? Like how do I, you know, if I wanted to be ancient 3 level, which I feel
Mhm.
like I'm definitely not at the moment, I feel like I deserve my MMR. It's like what do I have to do to improve, you know, to like get to that level?
Yeah, I mean, um, so the difficult thing is not fixing your mistakes. The difficult thing is seeing your mistakes, and that's like the case with everything. And so I think like the if you're talking about like specifically with like rotations, like with that I would say like, I mean, you know, you're Archon, so you at least like have an idea of like you can look at your lanes, I'm assuming, and like understand like which lanes are good lanes to gank and which lanes aren't. So like for example, your like Sven Shaman lane, that's a great lane to gank because you have 3 stuns and they're playing into like Axe and like Warlock, I think, or Lich. Like these heroes aren't mobile and they don't have a lot of defensive stuff. Whereas like if you're playing with like your safe lane is um like Lifestealer Abaddon and they're playing into like Tidehunter. Like don't gank that lane. Like that lane's never dying.
Yeah.
Because like Abaddon, so like that's so like first of all think about that. So like when you get or even before then, just think about like okay, first of all, what lanes do I even want to gank at all? Um, and then think about like I think in a normal game, I agree that you basically I think this idea of like I only gank if I have runes is fine. Like I think you should always gank when you have a rune. That's true. I think there are situations in which you should gank even when you don't have a rune, and that's harder to figure out.
Yeah.
So I think that it's fair to say that like I'm just gonna wait for a rune, but that's not the only time that you should gank. I think like if you like look at for example like if your offlaner just gets level 6, you don't have a rune, like you're playing with a Mars, it's like Mars versus Drow, right? And like all that Mars needs to do is to like get on top of Drow. It's like, oh, I don't need a fucking rune for that. I can just step 2 times and then like land one remnant on him and he's dead. um
Yeah.
so like I think trying to push yourself to find situations where you don't need a rune is a good way to move. And also like just try rotating at like times like, oh, I think it could be good to rotate now. And if you don't get the kill, try to figure out like, okay, why didn't I get the kill? Oh, it's because there was a warlock sitting behind him. We need to kill the warlock first. Or there's a warlock sitting behind him and he just got level 6. Oh, like, okay, well, maybe I need to gank before he gets level 6. Or maybe that's just not a good lane for me to gank or something like that.
Well,
So like try to make those rotations and then like if it fails, figure out why it failed and then like don't make that mistake again or try not to. Um
yeah.
it looks like that game you did rotate it, like you were pretty good about TPing when something's happening, so that's good. Like when they're diving tower, so that's like the simplest situation where it's good to rotate without a rune when they're diving.
Mm.
Um but I think like overall like the if you want to weigh, because there's certain things like let's say you master rotations, right? And then like or you get much better at rotations, and then there's going to be other stuff that you need help with. And so like the way, again, like if you're having difficulty seeing your mistakes, then I think like what you want to do is, it kind of sucks, but like the best way to improve is to play a game. If you win, great, play another one. If you lose, watch the game back and then try to figure out what you did wrong. And
Yeah.
if you can't figure out what you did wrong, then you probably you're probably going to want to find like someone like me who can tell you what you did wrong. Um
Yeah.
or but so that's one way to do it. And then if you figure out what you did wrong and you can't figure out like why, like what you should have done, then you can go and find like a replay on Dota 2 Pro Tracker. Have you used that website before?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Dota 2 Pro Tracker, and then just look up like Void Spirit or whatever hero you're playing, and then try to find a game like where like they had that same problem and then dealt with it.
Okay.
So like you can look up games like it doesn't have to be QoP, but like this guy, I can't say his name because it's in Chinese, but this guy like went 6-10, and like which makes me think that it was probably a hard mid lane, and he ended up building Urn. Like, oh, this might be an interesting one to watch to see like how he plays with Urn. Like maybe that's a different way to play.
Mm.
Um, or like you can even find I mean there's enough games on here where you could probably find one where they play against QoP and you can watch that and see like how they play differently. That was the main way that I improved, is like I would just like on a Saturday, it sucks because you spend half your time watching games instead of playing them. But
Mm.
yeah, like here's one where they played against QoP and they did really well. but it's like it's definitely the most efficient way to get better because you're actually learning from your mistakes.
How long did it take you to, you know, improve at Dota or feel like you kind of got to that higher level?
I mean, I've been playing since since 2016, and I think, I mean, I think I can't. I think like whenever I got better, it was like whenever my rank increased, like what happened was I had like a moment of realization where I was like losing games or whatever, like I was sitting at 50%, and then I just like something hit me like, oh, this is how I deal with this problem, or I need to
Mm.
start doing this better. Like I still remember when I was when I was I don't remember what rank I was, but like when I realized like about like the importance of split pushing. Like I didn't understand like split pushing before. And then I don't know if it was a video or something I watched or a something, but I remember like, oh my gosh, like that's it completely transformed the way I played the game, and then I like had like an 80% win rate for like a month. Um
Yeah.
just like cuz
I
I
bet if you're
actually
playing
split
Arc
pushed.
Warden as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
The well, I just feel like I'm like I've been playing since like 2013, although I've had like long breaks. But
mhm.
Archon 1 feels like so low still, compared to my brother who's played for the same time and he's Ancient 3 or something. Um, so it feels like I'm definitely doing something wrong. There's something that I don't get.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it's hard to say off of a single game. If you want, we can find another time to look at a different game.
yeah,
Um,
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
I think like just from my past experience, it's like super common that like people like you find people who've been playing Dota for like a decade and like are sitting at like Crusader or something. And
Oh,
yeah, I mean, like, and I think, I mean, Dota's a really hard game, and I think if you don't actively try to get better at it, then you won't get better at it.
hmm.
But the thing is that I'm not saying that that's true for you. What I'm trying to get at is that how many hours do you have in the game?
This will be embarrassing. 7,753.
Okay, so you probably have a lot of game knowledge. Like you probably know exactly what every hero in the game does, right?
Yeah.
And you have a sense like if I told you what does a phantom assassin want out of a game, like you could tell me like she wants to buy Battle Fury, Deso, BKB, and then like just go, like I think
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
probably have a good sense as to like what are the timings of every hero that they want to hit, and like where do they want to play and stuff like that, which is great. um my again, I'd have to look at more games, but like probably your like your I can imagine that probably like your strategic like this sounds weird, but like your strategic intentionality, like the degree to
Hmm.
which you like form an idea of like how you want to play a game and actually execute it, is probably not very strong. Like when you
Yeah.
play a game, do you are you thinking like, okay, like here's their heroes, like what do they want to do? What do I want to do? Like what is my game plan? Like do you develop like a plan for how you're going to like combat their strengths and like assess your weaknesses?
Yeah, I try to, but then again,
Okay.
I'm Archon, so I may be getting it wrong. Um,
Okay.
but at least
Well,
I try and think about it. Yeah, I'll try and think about like when is our team strong? What are we trying to do? When's our timing? But I think as well that I maybe have like big gaps in my knowledge as well.
mhm.
So it's like I never play position one, for example. So like maybe when I'm looking at the carry matchup, I don't actually know, when's their power spike? What does this hero want to do?
Mhm.
Um, So yeah,
Well,
it's
maybe I'm not right about. I guess because I have a lot of experience coaching people like who have a lot of time in the game, and then just like they just kind of play on autopilot, and they like they know what every spell in the game does, and they know like what heroes want to do, but like they don't really they don't like develop, like they're not intentional about how they play the game. Like they just kind of like play the lane until something happens to them, and then they respond to it.
yeah, yeah.
So maybe that's not
Is
true
it?
for you, but
Have you seen people like improve? Have you seen like a big rank jump? Because I feel like in my experience of Dota, I feel like I very rarely see people's rank improve. I just see people almost at the rank that they're at. Like, so have you seen someone go through a massive improvement in Dota?
I mean, that's what happened with me. I was trying to say earlier that like oftentimes when I was climbing, I would just like I would sit at like I don't know 3K MMR for like, and I would just like have a 50% win rate for like months, and then I would
Mm,
just like have a moment of realization, and then just like climb to like 4K in like a week or something, and that's how I climbed. But I know like
yeah,
other people just like kind of did it more slowly. Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to hype you up, but like watching your gameplay, I feel like there's probably some like sort of fundamental concept that you're missing. And
mm,
if you have 7,000 hours, um, and you're not able to climb consistently, I feel like there's probably something that you're missing, like a knowledge thing, not like a experience thing, like there's a concept that you don't understand that like is holding you back, like that is consistently like there are games that you should win and you don't understand this, and then like you just throw because of it. I don't know.
that's interesting. I wonder what that thing is though.
Yeah, if you want to
You know.
send me a couple if you want to send me like a couple replays, I can take a look and just, or I guess you're on my friends list, so I can just look at your games. I can just
Yeah.
snoop through all of your matches and stuff. Um, but yeah, I'll take a look,
I
and
should get to dinner.
we'll meet up again. Yeah, it was good. It was good chatting with you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and thanks for watching that replay.
Yeah, of course. Have a good evening. Hope you enjoy dinner, and hopefully I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, man. See you later.
See ya.